from the
North
denomination.
Carolina materials are wonderful, but South Carolina obviously feels different.
Right, and so the question is, what apparently, and I did not know this, the South Carolina Conference has asked to separate from the denomination already. And the question was, is that a test case? What can we learn from it? And truth be told, I really don't have an answer.
I could be wrong on that, but if you Google it, you'll see.
Yeah, I would have to do a little looking into it to know more about that. If I were going to guess, the recommendation would be to wait till after this general conference for something like that, just because it's so close. But I'm really talking off the top of my head here. Oh no.
And that's Wendy's list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wendy, you had a question too.
I didn't have a question, I actually had a remark. I think it's easy to assume that maybe churches in the South are more conservative and are leaning one way on this issue, and churches in the North, I felt like I heard that kind of remark or language. There's a church 30 miles from here that's a strong growing church that hosted a Wesley Covenant Association meeting and invited local interested churches to participate in that. So it's our neighbors, and you know, who we're still in communion with, you know, as body of Christ. But it's not far away, you know. And I don't even know if the state of Michigan necessarily, as a whole, could lean to the more conservative or progressive side of this issue, right?
Yeah, that's a really important point that Wendy just made. We know that within the eastern half of the Mitten, of the Lower Peninsula, there is a huge spectrum in terms of United Methodists and where they fall on this. So just because one church would choose to go one way does not mean that the church next door would make the same choice. It's true that geographically there are tendencies, but there's certainly, you know, I think for the most part in any conference of the church you would find a real diversity of opinions about this. I have a good friend who's been a district superintendent in Washington State. And Washington State is, by reputation, very progressive around this issue. But her district within the state was extremely conservative. And they were really struggling with sort of the stance of other people in their conference. So yeah, we can't make assumptions about geography. That's a fair thing to say. Any other questions, comments?
Thank you for hosting this.
You are welcome. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your concern and your interest and your passion and your questions. I'm really, really grateful that you're all here. We'll meet again next week, and we'll talk about the actual proposals. Until then, blessings on your week.
Thank you.
There was a sign-in clipboard. We were just, in case we want to follow up with any links or info or and make sure
Answer
we
some
invite you.
questions.
So please